Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on into the Blue Collar Psychiatrist. Today, we revisit an old friend, but stated in a different manner. How many of you have heard of the saying, Carpe Diem, which is translated into seize the day? I'm going to give you a few examples that support Carpe Diem. How many times have you been in a store or a coffee shop and seen someone who was in some way attractive to you? It's happened a number of times. And it's happened a number of times to me. How many times have you just said, geez, it would be nice to find out more about this person, but in the end, you chickened out. You just walked away and then stewed the rest of the day about why you didn't have the guts to go up to her and start a conversation, or at least say hello. This has happened to me on numerous occasions. Most recently, I was dining at a restaurant that I frequent. I knew the waiter, but then I saw someone else there who apparently was a waitress who was serving people who were sitting in tables and booths scattered around the restaurant. She started to talk to me, but because of the ruckus and the noise of the restaurant with the plates banging, silverware banging, people talking, it was very difficult to even establish a relationship or even just a conversation with this particular woman. But I said to myself, well, I'm not going to really push it because it's going to be very difficult. She's working and I'm here and it's loud and it's just not going to work. No, we're not going to get anywhere. I said to myself, you know what I'm going to do? I'll come back tomorrow. I came back the next day to the restaurant, and I'm sure you can guess what happened. She was nowhere to be found. Nowhere. I even pushed it a bit. I came back the following day. Nowhere to be found. The next day, nowhere to be found. The next day, nowhere to be found. And of course, I criticized myself for not being more assertive, but that was a very difficult situation. I'm going to go back today, which is a week later, and it would have been the same day of the week where I did see her to see if she's there. But if she's not there, I'm going to just have to leave it alone and go back to my normal once a week visits to that restaurant. But what I want to bring home to you is this. You have to sometimes force a situation. And what I mean in my situation with the woman, with the waitress, was I should have probably just started talking to her and making conversation. And if she had to leave to go wait on somebody else, okay, she had to leave. But I probably should have forced it. And that's what I mean in situations like this. You have to force a situation. You have to, because if there's no other way to do it, you have to force it. Because you don't know. You may never see that person again. And how are you going to feel? You may have missed out on an opportunity. So you have no choice. And that's a choice that I'm going to put into institute. I'm going to institute this choice today. I'm going there and I'm going to force the situation. If she's even there, I'm going to force the situation. Because there's no other way. And this has happened, I'm sure, to you many times as well. Suppose you were at a department store and you saw an item of interest, perhaps a clothing that was on sale, you liked the style of it, or perhaps it was a wallet or a watch that you really, really liked. But you said, I'm in a hurry today. I'll be back. I'm gonna come back tomorrow or the next day, and I'll get it then when I have more time. You come back the next day, guess what happens? The item is gone. It's happened to me several times. When you talk to the proprietor or the salesperson, they say, well, we no longer carry that watch, or we sold out of that watch, it's on back order, and then God knows when it'll ever come in, if it ever comes in. So now you've missed another chance. So you see what happens when it's obviously best to just start a conversation, but when it's in a more difficult situation, when the scenario is more difficult, then you almost have to force it. I don't like forcing it, but what I mean by forcing it is you have to make the opportunity, even when there's not a good opportunity available. You've got to force it and start a conversation anyway. Because other than that, you have no choice in the matter. It's up to chance. And you cannot assume, that's this word here, you cannot assume that you're going to see that person again, ever, much less tomorrow. You cannot assume that that item that interests you, that you like, is going to be there tomorrow. Oftentimes, the person is not there and never seen again by you. And oftentimes the item is not there the next day and the salesperson doesn't know where it's at, or if it's there even. It's no good. You have no choice. You have to seize the day. Carpe Diem. Seize the day. And do it now. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Do it now. Because nothing is promised for tomorrow. Nothing is promised for tomorrow. You don't have any choice in the matter. Seize the day. See you next time.